Your pet is a member of the family, just like everyone else. At Mapleview Animal Hospital, each animal is treated with the same care that they've become accustomed to in your home. The veterinarians at Mapleview Animal Hospital want your pet to feel at home, even when getting a checkup, shot, x-ray, or vaccination. Going to the vet can be difficult for your pet. Make it easy with Mapleview Animal Hospital.
You talked about roads a few moments ago, and you've been talking about roads for a couple of years now. Yesterday in Grand Rapids, a small voter turnout approved by a large margin, continuing attacks for 15 years for roads. Maybe takes a little pressure off the state, but does that give you any indication that people in the state are ready to pony up more cash to fix the roads?
I believe so, Rick. I think it was a very positive indicator, and I appreciate the citizens speaking in that regard. I've done the same thing in several town halls and events I've been in. I've been asking people, literally, the question, are they willing to pay more? And most of the response I've been seeing is 70 to 80% yes. And then you add that to the polling. I think this winter really got people's attention in terms of pothole season. And I hope we have an opportunity to get something done before people forget pothole season.
Did you think there's any chance to do that before, after the election?
Well, I think there's a chance to do it now. And that's what I'm hoping. I do appreciate the House putting forward a program, plan. Again, I call for more revenue than what they have in their plan, but I think it's a very constructive step that they're moving through that process, and hopefully they'll pass it out, get it to the Senate, and we can have a continuing dialogue.
You talked about education and the investment in STEM programs. Are you confident that the legislature and throughout their budget process is on the right path right now to set up today's youth for tomorrow's jobs?
Yeah, well, it's a constructive process. We're still going through the process, but it's good to see them moving forward, and we're on a path to get a budget done, hopefully by early June, as we've done in the past. And there's significantly more resources for education, and not just about more money, but doing it in an accountable fashion so we can make sure we're seeing student growth.
What was the decision-making process about having Holland all of the new Pure Michigan ad?
Well, they actually partnered on it. So we'll do that in multiple cases. We have a number of partnerships around the state where communities will find resources, and we'll work on a matching basis with them to say, let's highlight your community. And it was a beautiful ad, the second one, as opposed to the first one they ran.
Mr. Governor, you spoke about the connection with filling that gap of jobs between the education and the workforce. How do you feel? How do you accomplish that with some of the suggestions that you have about trying to fill that gap, to fill those skilled trade jobs that you spoke about?
Yeah, well, there's a number of programs. Again, I think that we can be innovative about this, and it doesn't have to be one answer at the state level. It's about different communities and areas coming together with ideas. Matt Squared, the program I mentioned, is going to be highly successful. The Advanced Manufacturing Partnership in Grand Rapids is a great illustration. In northern Michigan, we created something, we helped fund something called the Fab Lab, which is basically taking a semi around with machining equipment to take it to schools and companies so they can show parents and kids what a great career opportunity there are. So there's many innovative programs. And this area in particular, the Holland, the Ottawa County area, is going to see strong demand for those jobs. I heard that today talking to companies, that they need more engineers, they need more skilled technicians.
You talked about the bad shape of the roads. We just got a new report, obviously, of the how bad the shape of the bridges are in, especially Kent County. Was that report worse than you had anticipated the bridges are?
Well, that's why I've been calling for this for the last couple of years, to get a solution in place. Because, again, one metric that I think people should think about is if you're driving to or from or around in a day and you go over or under 8 or more bridges, that statistically at least one of those is structurally deficient. That can't make you feel good. That doesn't mean it's unsafe, but it is structurally deficient in some fashion. And we should be investing more so we can improve these.
Knowing how you love to talk about politics, it looks like your lieutenant governor is going to have a challenge at the convention in August. What's your take on that, knowing, as you probably have for several weeks, that this was going to happen?
Well, first, we have the best lieutenant governor in the country. Brian Calley's done an outstanding job. He helped lead the charge getting rid of the Michigan business tax, but he's done human service things. He just helped lead our mental health commission in terms of wonderful work. So I view it as, we'll let democracy happen, and I feel good that he should win because he deserves to win. He's an outstanding candidate, and I hope the delegates support that.
When I talked with the gentleman who's declared that he's going to run for lieutenant governor, I asked him why he was running, and he said because of Medicaid expansion and Common Core. I pointed out that you support both of those things. He said he thought if he was elected, he could change your mind. Is that likely?
Well, I signed those into law, so I'm a strong supporter of those, and I don't think I would have been convinced otherwise.
Going back to that Holland commercial we saw today, I mean, are you hoping for a good tourism season this summer?
I think we should have a great tourism season. And again, we're showing better results all the time in Michigan on tourism. In terms of hotel occupancy, it continues to go up. In terms of out-of-state spending and number of people coming to Michigan, it's getting better and better. Even this winter, a lot of places were challenged, but we had a little longer ski season. You got to put the positives on this.